Hello, guys, and welcome back to the podcast produced by the collective effort of the Master of Arts in Occupational Therapy students at Cebu Doctors University. Hi, guys, I'm Gabe.
And my name is Jello.
We are back with a brand new season of Spotlight on Air. So, how are you today, Jello? What's keeping you busy these days?
I'm having a lot of fun actually. I'm trying out new things to keep myself moving, such as boxing, and I'm also trying to read more books lately. So life is more exciting, and especially that we will be having an exciting event. How about you, Gabe? How are you?
Me, I'm doing great actually. Daily work routine and hobbies lang like playing video games cause gamer, 'di ba? So, I also like to go out with my friends from time to time kung may mag-i-invite. Tapos gym rin paminsan.
Oh, that is very interesting, Gabe. I'm glad that you are having a blast with your different activities.
Thank you, Jello. Anyway, I am very excited to talk about the things in this podcast.
Really? Do you have an idea what our theme for this season is all about?
As far as I'm concerned, Jello, this podcast will focus down on the awareness, acceptance, and action.
Oh, okay. So what is this awareness, acceptance, and action? And why is this important to talk about?
For me, generally, I think it's about PWDs being aware of their condition. Then, when they learn to accept their condition, they'll take measures to try to improve their daily lives despite the presence of their disability.
I see. So coping up with disability is hard, but we should promote a world that is equal and just for all.
That is very true, Jello, especially when disabilities are still mostly misunderstood by the public. PWDs tend to be victims of discrimination.
Are you excited to know what we will be talking about for each episode of the series, Gabe?
Yes, I am very excited. Actually, we have guests with us today. The MCs and speakers will give us a quick talk on what each episode is all about.
Yes, that is true. We have a lot in store for you guys. So there are many interesting topics that will be tackled for each episode. To keep the ball rolling, the title of the first episode is Inclusivity Through Diversity, Bring Out the Potential in Disability.
Wow, okay, so parang they'll be providing an in-depth discussion on PWD rights. Sige, that seems to be very interesting and informative for all of us, 'di ba?
Yes, I truly agree, Gabe.
So ito, meron pa next episode titled Ready, Let's Learn, OT and SPED. So ito looks very interesting also. I think they will be tackling the roles of OT and SPED in school settings.
Oh, I think we will be learning a lot on how OTs and SPED teachers work together.
I see. That's really good to hear because I think others don't know what their roles are talaga, no?
That is indeed true. A lot of people are really confused about their roles. So this will give us an idea on how different professionals cooperate and what specific roles they will be doing. So moving on to our next episode entitled TBH Truth Be Told, The Truth About Growing Up. So this will give us an opportunity and for the youth to talk about the challenges of growing up and about mental health.
That's good to hear, Jello. And I think this would also be a great opportunity for the speakers to educate the families regarding mental health. So kumbaga, more promotion on mental health awareness. Lastly, moving on, we have our final episode, which is titled Let Me Do It, Developing Child's Independence. This episode will be highlighting parent education regarding children's growth and learning development, as well as the assistance needed for children with disabilities.
That will surely help the parents cope better in taking care of their children and how they will recognize the milestones for different daily activities. All of the episodes of the series are surely informative and fun. Now let's hear from the MCs and give the floor to John for the first episode.
All right, for episode one, we have here Jan, who will be introducing to us the first episode titled Inclusivity Through Diversity, Bring Out the Potential in This Ability. Hi, Jan, how's your day?
Hello, guys. Thank you for having me. It's really great. Thank you for asking. How about you guys?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. How about you, Jello? How are you doing?
I'm really excited to hear what our MCs will be talking about.
Okay. So, ayun nga, tell us, Jan, ano ba ang mangyayari sa episode 1?
Our podcast is about promoting awareness, advocating acceptance, and helping put PWD rights into action.
Okay, okay, that's nice, that's nice. It's nice that things like this are being put to light. Sige, sige, let's hear some more, Jan.
Yes, it's really nice. That's why we want to delve further into an insider's perspective to better understand and reflect on their experiences living in a diverse society and how they were able to discover their ways of engagement in various contexts such as school, job, and community.
Wow, to better understand and reflect on their living experiences in a diverse society. So, sige, tell us, Jan, who is going to be with you in this episode?
Yes, to talk about PWD in school setting, we have Mr. Kurt Marvin Bakisal Cruz. For the work setting, we have Mr. John Paul Ekarma Maunes. And lastly, to talk about PWD in the community setting, we have Mrs. Jenica May Kagikla Garcia Agustin.
Okay, so there you have it, guys. A big thank you to Jan. Do you have anything else to add before we move on to the next episode, Jan?
Oh yes, guys, please don't forget to tune in this June 18 and meet our guest speakers. See you there.
Okay, all right. Thank you again for your time, Jan. Sige, for the next episode here, we have with us Haya. How are you today?
Hello, guys. What's up? What's up? Thank you so much for having me. I'm good. I'm
So,
good. Thank you.
oh, that's nice to hear, Haya. So, Haya, what can we look forward sa episode ninyo?
Well, sa episode namin, we actually have a two-part special. So first part is going to be all about the OTs in the school setting along with working with SPED. And then the second part will be all about the internships of the OT students.
It's good, no, that you guys are talking about that. Kasi parang there is little recognition with regards to the need to have OTs in the school setting.
Exactly. Our listeners will want to know what exactly is the role of OT in the school setting.
Well, we still do our evaluations, especially with the readiness of not only the students, but also the school and the parents. Plus, there is the collaboration with SPED teachers.
Okay, okay. Speaking of SPED, I assume you will talk about its difference from OT because not a lot of people, diba, are aware between what OTs or SPED teachers do in school.
Yes, that is correct. We will be actually joined by two guests. One of the guests is a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Special Education from the Central Philippine University, I'm sorry, of Iloilo City. So she has taught in several schools catering to children with special needs and also does one-on-one tutor. Our second guest got her bachelor's and master of arts degree in OT from our very own Cebu Doctors University, and she is currently the head pediatric OT of her very own center.
So, hindi rin pala basta-basta lang ang guest nyo, ha? And that is only part 1. You said part 2 is all about OT internship.
I did. Kasi since we're coming out of the pandemic, our interns are now transitioning uh, to the changes in the school system, along with hybrid internship, where they tackle from face to face, from virtual treatments, and with the transition, of course, we cannot avoid problems like most people. Oftentimes, we can say that a lot of people have experienced anxiety.
That's very true. I think I hear that a lot. I guess many will relate since there will be incoming interns soon, diba? So what
Mm-hmm.
can interns expect from this talk, Haya?
We will be debunking the myths of OT internship and let students hear what expectations should be set. Of course, we're going to talk on how the students or the interns can strategize their entire internship to be more enjoyable and cope with associated challenges that may face them.
Wow, it looks like you're hitting a lot of listeners here, Haya.
Yes, yes.
And who will be with you for part 2?
We will be joined by two people. So, one of which is an OT program head and clinical coordinator at the Southwestern University FINMA. She also works with Southwestern University Medical Center. And the next one is a registered occupational therapist here in the Philippines and USA who is currently an assistant professor and internship coordinator in CDU.
So, it really looks like that we have a lot to look forward to, Haya. Why don't you invite our listeners now?
Yes, guys, don't forget to tune in this June 19th for the two-part episode of Spotlight on Air. I hope you guys will be there. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, thank you very much, Haya, for sharing with us the things that we can expect from episode 2. Now, for episode 3, we have here our MC, Sarah, who will be introducing to us TBH, Truth Be Told. So, the truth about growing up. So, hi, Sarah, how have you been lately?
Hello. I'm doing well. I'm glad to be here. I'm very excited for all the episodes. Looking forward to listening to everyone.
So, I understand that episode 3 is going to discuss mental health in youths, which is especially important currently. So, can you give us an overview of what your episode is all about?
Yes, you're right. It's an important topic these days, mental health in youths. We know that when you're growing up, you're trying to deal with, all these pressures and expectations from school and family and friends, all while still trying to figure out who you are and your identity. And it can feel like, you're being pulled in 100 different directions, and it puts you under a lot of stress. And we also know there are misconceptions about mental health in youth. So this episode is all about breaking down these assumptions and stigma and being open about mental health and the pressures experienced when growing up.
That is very interesting. So I'm really curious on how Filipino cultural expectations affect the youth, and this episode will surely give us an opportunity to voice out their mental health concerns with the guidance of professionals.
Yes, it's true, especially what you said in the Filipino culture. There is a lot of that stigma attached to mental disorders like anxiety and depression. So hopefully, with our episode TBH, the truth be told, we want to provide a safe space for youths to be open and ask questions and share their stories and concerns, and we want to give advice and resources for youths and their families.
I agree, Sarah. Mental health stigma should really be tackled, right? Spreading
Mhm.
awareness when it comes to these things are really important. So do you want to add more about the episode?
Yes. So we're going to be joined by Ms. Abigail Lorente Gogornio, who is a coordinator in the Guidance and Counseling Program in the Psychology Department at the University of San Carlos, as well as Ms. Adrian Gail Narita, who is an occupational therapist and is a faculty member at De La Salle Medical and Health Sciences Institute and is certified in cognitive behavioral therapy. We're going to be discussing with them some of the factors that can contribute to, like I said before, mental health disorders such as anxiety and depression, and then talk about mental wellness, all while navigating this time of growing up. And, hopefully, we're going to start a healthy conversation to advocate for mental health and wellness in adolescents and their families. So, save the date, everyone, for June 25th, and hope to see you all there.
Thank you, Sarah, for giving us an idea on what to expect for our third episode. So I really learned about that. So for the finale, last but not the least, to introduce episode 4, we have our MC, Dennis.
Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. This is Dennis. How is everybody?
I'm doing fine, Dennis. How about you, Jello?
I'm really doing fine. I learned a lot based from what the past MCs had stated.
That's really true. We are actually learning a lot from each of your episodes. So, Dennis, what can we expect from our last episode this season?
Well, in this last episode, titled Let Me Do It Developing Child's Independence, we're going to talk about how parents, family members, caregivers, and even the people around their child promote independence in the daily activities. Kasi 'di ba, parents are not the only teachers of the child, but also everyone around him or her, right?
Yes, that's really true. Everyone and everything can have or do a great deal of influence on a child, diba?
Mm-mm.
So, what else can we expect from this, Dennis?
Well, we are going to talk about how milestones are very important and how we can identify any learning opportunities in the day-to-day activities of a child.
That's really true because you know what they say, right? Every day is a learning opportunity.
Oo nga. We're also going to discuss how being overprotective and overly assisting a child in every activity will really affect the behavior and overall attainment of skills.
Overprotective and overly assisting.
Oo.
Very intriguing. So you mean to say that being overprotective or overly assisting to your child causes more harm than good, like something that we or like parents should avoid?
Well, malalaman mo rin when you join me on June 26 with our very outstanding speaker, Mr. Alvin Chester Santiago, who is also an occupational therapist practicing in Singapore with a very impressive background. Can't wait to see everyone. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much for that wonderful insight on episode 4, Dennis. There we have it, guys. We've heard and learned some stuff about each of the episodes, and we would be really excited to see you on those respective dates. Am I right, Jello?
Tama. I am really excited to hear about the things that our wonderful speakers will share and talk about. I am also looking forward to seeing the MCs during the upcoming episodes. So to wrap it all up, I hope to see you guys in each episode on the series. I promise that we will be having all a good time and hopefully have meaningful conversations with other people regarding the topics. Thank you for listening, and that is all for today.
Save the dates, guys, and we are hoping to see you there.